Hi there, I want to come to you today with a few key topics that I get asked about as a psychotherapist on a regular basis in hopes that you will find new information that will let you do new things in your world, whether it's in your home, at your office, or just in your own personal life. And at the end of this video, hopefully you will see that life can be manageable, life can be better, and you can actually make that happen. My name's Tom Stevens. I'm a psychotherapist, and I've been in the mental health field for over 25 years. I've specialized in working with children and their families and have seen a lot over the past 2 decades. And one thing that I did recently that I think has helped a lot of people and families is starting a Patreon page. And at the end of this video, you're going to see more about that Patreon page that gives you access to a whole lot more video content than what I'm giving you today. I want to start with the main topics I get asked about a lot. First off is children. Raising children is tough. It's challenging. It drains energy. It's inspiring. It's amazing. It's exhausting. Do you notice how so many different feelings go into parenting? And anybody who's ever been a parent or experienced raising children understands what I'm talking about. The first key point I would tell you when it comes to raising children, if you want to make life a little bit better, is to keep a routine. It's the one thing children, I think, don't want but need. Even though they act like they don't want the structure, they really do. Who wouldn't want a candy jar in their room if they could have it? But the candy jar in your room will disappear within one night because children will want to eat all the candy. The same goes for life in general. As a parent, if you can keep a routine, and that simply means bedtime, wake up time, meal time, snack time, rest time, study time, activity time, play time, chore time, going on and on and on, depending on the age of your children. When they're no longer taking naps, there's another thing that can replace it. So if you keep a general routine, you'll be amazed at how cooperative your children can be. The challenge I run into is when parents say, yeah, that's not working in my home. But I usually find that in those homes, there's a pattern of inconsistency that's developed over years many times. Those are hard to undo. So you have to have extra perseverance, you have to have extra endurance, and really stick it out for the long haul. So the routine is key, just having a steady, consistent routine. You can break that every now and then. You can go and stay up late one night on a weekend, or you can go out to dinner, which makes bedtime go a little later every now and then. But when it's consistently inconsistent, that's when the problems creep in. The second piece about parenting and raising children is in the pursuit of them. I use the word pursue a lot because I want parents to hear that it's good to pursue your children. That doesn't mean be their friend. That doesn't mean give them what they want all the time. That means to always send the message that I love you, I care about you, and I want the best for you. And you're going to always know how amazing I think you are, even when I have to discipline your choices. Yes, that means you can still pursue your children and love them, even though there's discipline involved. Pursuing them is an act a parent does themselves. It doesn't matter how your children feel about you. I'll usually say just because your children don't like you doesn't mean it's okay for you to stop loving them. You have to keep loving them and showing them you love them through the words you use, the body language, the tone of your voice, and the expression of activity and interest you have in their life. That doesn't mean when they do something wrong, you just shower them with love. It means that even in the moments that are tough, you're letting them know that I still care about you and your choices are separate from who you are as a person. The third piece about parenting and raising children is to watch for how they're making it in this world. Watch for how they're progressing or regressing, especially in the wake of a pandemic and all kinds of life adjustments with school and home. You want to watch to see, are they more to themselves? Are they isolating more? Are they more aggressive? Are they more moody? Are they sleeping more? Are they not sleeping and staying up super late? This requires parents to watch carefully. If you feel like your child is acting differently, find a good mental health professional or life coach that you can call to say, something doesn't look right and I'm not sure what to do with it. It's much the same as if they weren't feeling well physically. You would call a doctor and say, these are the symptoms. I don't know if it's something that's big or not. Having a good relationship with a mental health professional can be key in watching carefully for when things are going off with your children. Okay, switching to the second topic that's asked so much. It's marriage. Marriage is a biggie because it involves two people. It involves a whole lot of history. And you want your marriage to be better, it involves you. It's not about pointing the finger, and it's not about expecting the other one to automatically change. So that's why my work with couples is so difficult, because couples constantly point the finger at each other, not on purpose. And it's not because they can't stand the other person always. It's because they just don't know any other way to do it. And so I usually tell people, concentrate on looking in the mirror and look at yourself, what you're doing, what you're saying, how you're acting, the body language you're showing. I'm going to give any advice to couples, even when it's tough. It's number one, to keep dating. Keep having regular time you spend together. And when you're on those dates, please try to make those dates semi-decent. So many couples go out on dates. We go out every Friday night, but they're miserable and they don't like each other. And they make the time even more miserable. And so what I say is try to put everything aside. Do your best as if your spouse is a stranger, because sometimes we treat strangers better than we do our own spouse, right? And go out on a date and try to have an enjoyable time and try to be interested in the other person and try to share a little bit about your life with them. The second piece of advice for marriage is what I call the 15-minute drill. The 15-minute drill is to come home. You try to find 15 minutes as soon as possible to put everything aside, electronics away, children in other rooms, and you sit down at a kitchen table or a couch or somewhere comfortable. And you talk about anything other than lists and bills and to-dos. Talk about how the world treated you today, how you feel coming home into this house, how you feel about the status of your marriage, how you feel about this coming weekend, and your energy and your feeling and your emotion and your interest and your investment. You try to look in the mirror and you try to do two main things during this 15 minutes. Listen as well as you can to how your spouse feels and express as well as you can how you feel about yourself, your life, your spouse, your marriage, your job, and everything else. Not the details of all the meetings, not the details of the lists and the bills and the numbers, but the feelings that go behind it. This 15 minutes, when you stop after 15 minutes, don't go over, stop after 15 minutes, will start to make life better, because you don't wait until it's once a week or once a month to sit down and talk and then everything piles in. You clear out things sooner and your marriage becomes more about your relationship. Try it. And the last piece when it comes to marriage is own your own stuff. If you need to apologize, do it. If you need to take responsibility, do it. If you need to be the bigger person, do it. But the key is to always look at your own self. And when people come in to see me in my office, I'll say, take accountability for you. Don't take the other one's inventory and don't be talking about them. Talk about yourself and what you've done to help your marriage and what you've done to tear your marriage down. The last topic of today I want to get into is anxiety. It's asked about all the time, especially in today's world. How do we manage anxiety? What do we do to keep it away? How come it keeps coming back? I'm going to give you 3 quick ideas that you might be able to tone down the anxiety in your house, in your children, or in yourself. Number 1, work hard to turn off any media related to today's world, the stress, the politics, the news, the things that create more anxiety. Try to turn it off and watch videos like this. All media is not bad media. It's the media that creates stress and anxiety in you that you want to turn off. So it doesn't mean don't watch the news. It doesn't mean don't keep yourself updated. It just means do it in moderation, in small pieces, so that you can spend the rest of your time focusing on being stronger, healthier, more confident, just like watching this video. Number 2, you heard it from me at the beginning of the video, but it's true now with anxiety. Keep a routine. Whenever things get more anxious, pull back, slow down, and create a routine. Find some time to exercise, walk, move, find some time to rest, because a lot of times people aren't resting well enough. Eat as healthily or consistently as you can, and do your best to have a solid routine of wake up, of work, of exercise, of downtime, and of sleep. And if you can keep a steady routine of getting yourself to bed within a certain window, waking yourself up within a certain window, taking breaks every day within a certain window, your life will start to stabilize because it becomes more predictable. Anxiety increases when our life is unpredictable. You can bring the predictability back in just by working on the routine. and putting the main things back into your life. When anxiety gets high, we tend to get rid of the things that help us, which is exercise, which is rest, contact with other people, watching and hearing things that are good for us, music, healthy videos like this one instead of the toxic news. Let yourself go back to basics. And the last piece when it comes to anxiety that I would suggest is to seek help first, not last. Go find a mental health professional or even a life coach that allows you the space to air all of this stuff out, to hear advice from somebody that's not in your daily world, that can be a good sounding board as well as a good accountability place so that you can get stronger as a person. Going to get professional help is not a weakness, it's a strength. And when you have it on call, it's even better. You don't have to sign up for a lifetime contract. You don't have to invest in it all the time if you're not able to afford it, or if you're too busy with your work schedule, or if you just don't have good help around you. Do your best to find someone you trust, that you can count on, that you can listen to, and have that person on call for you. Once you set up an appointment with a mental health professional and you like what they say and you feel comfortable with them and confident, whenever you want to go back, that person's there for you. And that's what the beauty of mental health is. So remember, seek help first, not last. I hope this information's helped you, and that's why I have 3 reasons you should go check out my Patreon page. Number 1, because you'll be feeding yourself healthy material, good video content that's entertaining, inspiring, also informative. Number 2, you have the chance to get content related specifically to you. I cover marriage, high school and college students, motivation, depression, anxiety, parenting young children, parenting teenagers, job stress, so much more. It keeps getting released on a weekly basis. You can always check back and get notices about new videos coming out. And my third point is, you have the opportunity to change your life in a very easy way. When I discovered this Patreon page, I realized this is my opportunity to give information I've learned, I know, and have experienced over the past 25 years to you at a super affordable rate. As little as $5 per month allows you access to so much video content. You even have a chance at one level to tell me what I'm going to make a video on. You give me the topic and I make a video and post it to the world. So go to patreon.com/Tom Stevens now. Check out the different membership levels, see what you think, and worst case scenario, try it out for a month and see what it's like. It's a great opportunity for you to get 2 live video shows on Tuesday and Thursday, as well as extra video content that gets released every week only to Patreon members. That's patreon.com/Tom Stevens. If you're on Facebook, search Tom Stevens Counseling, and there I am. Thanks so much for watching this video. I look forward to seeing you down the road, and good luck in life.